5, 6, 7.
Oh, please do it. Is it? Do you see it?
I'll look away.
Come on. For the first time on the channel, truly an anti-gravity shaft. That's terrible. That's terrible. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Some brand new shafts from one of your favorite shaft designers, Graphite Design. We have a shaft that came out, actually, Mikey, we saw at PGA show earlier this year, but we've been waiting for the right time to get the anti-gravity shaft in our hands. We actually talked about doing some testing with potentially Ronnie or someone because it is truly a sub 40 gram shaft. It's very, very light, much unlike some of the other shafts that obviously have been, notable in the market. Autoflex,
Yeah.
etc., etc.
I think you said it earlier, Autoflex, Korean hidden technology. We have anti-gravity.
Japanese exposed
Yeah,
technology.
Japanese exposed, fully open technology, which is great. Again,
which is appreciated.
Yeah, lightweight, carbon.
We know what's going on.
Some carbon weave in there. Excited to see if it still has a ton of stability at that weight. Obviously, you'll be testing them at a different speed that probably this isn't really for, but we'll hopefully be able to kind of debunk that in a way.
Yeah, so we see this as a bit of an emerging market, Mikey, that even some of the faster swing speeds, and we see it in the World Long Drive. Yeah. There's shafts being used out there right now that are truly around 40 grams, 45 grams. And having talked to, competitors like Mark Borgmeyer about these types of shafts, he just said it's easier on his body, it allows him to sort of swing and practice a little bit more. It's great for him. So, this one is 39.5 grams raw. Then we cut it to length. It's about probably 37 grams at the minute.
Super light.
Cut. So, I mean, it's, this grip weighs 50, this tip weighs 10.
Yeah, 14,
is it as much as that Titleist tip? So, I mean, you look at that, it's like the tip and the grip weigh twice what the shaft weighs. It is truly a unique part in the space. Graphite Design never cut any corners when it comes to materials that they use. It's always, Tory graphite, some of the best, highest quality aerospace grade material, and something that really anyone who wants to get into the lightweight market, this has to be in the conversation now because the quality is really second to none. Yeah,
I mean, even these materials that are in all Graphite Design shafts, there's a lot of other shaft manufacturers that are buying material from them, and obviously there's reasons for it. They use the highest grade materials, and lots of companies do, but they are proud of it, and they boast about it quite a bit.
We love it. And this one, actually, this is the 2025 offer that we're getting a look at early. The GC, the Game Changer. This one we've sort of heard about for a little while. We saw some images online.
US Open time, and we sent our friends at Graphite Design a quick message going, what's the scoop?
What's going on?
The scoop arrived. So a little bit different profile. There's maybe some profiles and matches from other shaft manufacturers, but definitely a little bit more firmer in the hand and midsection. Has their AD Shield tech in it. So yeah, excited to see where it kind of stacks up, obviously, between, shafts like a DI or VF, which you're currently playing. So be interesting to see how it performs.
Without a doubt. You said it. Stiffer handle. We've got some Tory M40X carbon pre-preg. That is something that we're seeing in the modern Graphite Design shafts. We certainly saw it in the VF. We're seeing it in the anti-gravity. And now we see it in the GC. In the tip section, we've got the T1100G, which has been in the market for quite some time now. Obviously, some other shafts named their shaft T1100. So, we've seen in other shafts out there, there's specific materials that add maybe a bit more stability to the profile when sort of layered in there within the plies of the graphite. And that's obviously what we're seeing here. So, I'd call this a loader's shaft.
Yeah, and that kind of topic you talked about there about stability, what Graphite Design's trying to do is give you the stability you want, but not sacrifice feel. That's huge as well.
All right, let's dive in there. Let's start with the light one. I'll make a few easy swings with that one, work our way into it.
All right, good start.
To be honest,
that is smashing.
I was just kind of chipping that as a little opener, and that's came out absolutely lovely. Not a shaft to be sort of, overpowering. No need for that. I love the graphics on it.
Yeah, it looks
I
good.
really like that. The grey and the black looks good, classy, especially with a tightless head.
I know the first couple were obviously smoothies for you, but
Yeah.
for something as soft as it is, I mean, dispersion, perfect.
It's kind of easy power, easy speed. So I think dispersion gets better because you're not kind of compromising your technique,
Right, okay.
chasing distance. That's where I think the appeal of a shaft like this would be. It's just going to give you that output more easily. Something to think about for a lot of people.
Good swing.
I mean, just like chipping a few.
Good launch.
Soft shaft, not high spin.
Yeah.
That was good.
Sounded good.
Yeah, put a little bit of speed into some of these now, Mikey.
I mean, if you're putting speed into a shaft that generally wouldn't be, you know, fit for your speed,
Yeah.
I still think dispersion's still really,
Not
really
bad,
tight.
is it?
Yeah.
It definitely is not bad. I just strayed a bit toe side.
Visually on the range, obviously it looks a bit wider, but if you played that on the golf course, it's
Yeah.
in play all day. 2100, 11.5 launch.
I mean, it's soft. The torque is high, right? 7.6 degrees
Yeah,
torque
it's
or
high.
something like that. It's really high. But it feels good. It doesn't.
When you get to the top of the swing, does it feel like you have a hard time finding where the club head is, or not really?
No, I don't think I'm experiencing that at all.
So good.
It's nice.
Really impressive.
Really nice.
The dispersion killer for driver shafts? I don't know why you just don't bunt it more often.
All right, Michael. The game changer.
Time for your game to be changed.
The game changer. Now, I will say, typically not the profile I do well with.
Yeah.
Stiff handle, a little bit softer down towards the tip section. Generally, I've had shafts like that in the past that I've not done that well with.
Yeah.
I'm more VF, a little bit softer on the handle, stiffer in the tip section. But always open to trying something new.
Kind of where that material's laid throughout the shaft, swing weight goes up a bit.
Through the handle, is that right?
Yeah,
A little
yeah.
bit higher balance point?
Yeah, I think so. Good strike.
Felt pretty good. I think it was
Dreaded straight ball, basically.
pretty good.
Really good. 2-2 up, 1900. Little flatter peak height than you'd normally see, 100.
I think now that my attack angle is a little bit less up, I'm seeing more
Flatter
of
flight.
those flat, kind of like knuckly ones, which I quite like.
12.3 at 1980. That's pretty good.
No complaints. Bit bottomy, but
Got away with it. Yeah. Thoughts on the feel after a couple, obviously good swings there.
I mean, after having hit an anti-gravity, like obviously stiff handle,
Yeah.
Softer profile. If it's good, but obviously I just need to get a few swings, getting that feel of that one out my system, because that felt easy and great. This feels like I need to swing it. Not bad.
Yeah, stayed
I
in
would
line
certainly
for you.
take it.
Very consistent, which is nice.
It's solid.
Yeah.
It does feel really solid.
Doesn't really want to stray on you much. Strike's
No.
pretty good.
Good one, Michael.
Sounds
Felt
good.
nice.
You're hovering around like 22, 2300 spin. Again, stiffer, firmer driver shafts, not really the low spin that, is claimed out there to be.
Exactly.
Again, another one that you'd take outside all day long.
Yeah,
You feel like you have to put a lot more effort into this thing?
No, I don't want to be unfair to the shaft, Mike. I mean, we've hit 700 balls tonight, so, tired and the body doesn't feel great, but I don't think that's any reflection on how the shaft feels. As I swing it, I definitely am getting into my flow with the thing a little bit more. I just want to find a couple of really decent swings for it. Right part of the head.
I like that flight.
Yeah. Some hang time on it.
Now, compared to your VF that you've been playing quite a bit,
Yeah.
obviously butt section being quite a bit different. You notice anything else out of it that stands out?
Something I'm happy to explore a little bit, to be honest, because as I move away from being 5 and 6 up on it, you know, I feel like I might need something that's doing something a bit different with the loft dynamically. So I'm ready to probably explore a little bit of that, because I think as over time, you know, as I kind of get ball position, my ball position to me right now is under my left armpit. As I get that path less from the inside going that way, and I'm kind of consciously trying to go more that way and around, I know I'm going to lower ball flight automatically. So I'm ready to try something or some things that are different. It might be the loft as well. Might be 10 degrees of loft. Probably will be. Good one to end on. Yeah, it's got a lot under the hood, this thing.
Very consistent, super stable. I mean, dispersion on it is nice to see.
Yeah. What I always like with a shaft, if you go back to the table there, you can see as kind of time wore on, I kind of got into it a little bit more. And I feel like I was kind of getting the launch conditions where I was finding the strike, which is always good. That tells you your time in the shaft, and you're able to, not to certainly overstate my own ability, but you're starting to place the ball in the head a little bit better, which is obviously what you need to bring.
Strike,
control the strike. All right. I mean, obviously, anti-gravity, we're not, the first few we chipped, the last couple, we had some speed on them, but, a great option. We'll go to club data a second, probably swinging that 110, 111, and I felt really good with that. Feel really good with it.
That anti-gravity, obviously it's meant to be considered, mid to higher launch and, mid to higher spin in a way, or mid spin, and you're mid to low launch and, mid spin, right? So
well, just, look at, again, club data, right? So again, I always go back to it's the swing that's going to bring the launch conditions out to be what they are. I'm actually probably happier with the dynamic loft I deliver with the anti-gravity. Slightly lower attack angle, slightly lower with the softer shaft as well. One thing that's interesting is the dynamic lie angle. So the droop, quite a lot more droop with the softer shaft. One way as a club fitter playing with the lie angle for a player, which sometimes can be to your advantage. But I really like that one. Comes in 3 flexes, R2, R, and SR. A little tipped SR wouldn't be something I would be against having some fun with, but it just felt so easy.
I mean, the bunty shots, off camera,
absolutely.
We all said, why don't you just bunt them for the next little while?
Totally.
Cool.
Really, really good. But obviously, I think, anti-gravity for that customer, lots of people are going to be interested in GC, game changer. Graphite Design have lots of flagship models, none more so than the DI. Over time, the BB has been popular. As we look at it now, IZ obviously had its time. I think VF is really getting some good play. Tiger, Tom Kim, Justin Thomas had it for a little bit. And it's now the turn of the GC. So we will see what comes from the driver heads. I think this is a shaft will pair nicely with something like a Titleist GT. Forward center of gravity a little bit lower, so something a little bit more active in the tip section to kind of maybe feel like you're getting a little bit more of that kick from it. That's a nice matchup.
Cool.
All right, guys, so 2 offerings at completely opposite ends of the consumer sort of categories. We've got light, softer, high quality, something that if you want to experiment with a little bit of a longer club, or you're maybe trying to take the load off your golf swing and take some of the aches and pains out that a stiffer, heavier shaft will give you. Anti-gravity will do that for you. Game changer, the GC new to the Tour AD line, the famous Tour AD line. The AD Shield materials sort of layered in there amongst the plies of graphite, Mikey.
Tons of stability.
Loads of stability, loads of feel. Graphite Design's never without feel. It's always some of the better feel.
They never want to sacrifice feel when it comes to designing shafts for that stronger, faster speed player. And it's why they're iconic.
They are indeed. Lots of shafts, we see it from Graphite Design year upon year. They don't really cycle too many shafts out of their line. The DI's been in there for 14 years now, coming up for 15 years, 2010. It's quality, it stood the test of time. Good materials and good shaft designs will stand the test of time, and that's why they're not quick to cycle them out of their offerings. So, we've got lots of some of the older, more classic shaft profiles, and I really think the GC will be in amongst the mix for that for many years to come.
Definitely.
Good stuff. All right, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you again soon.